Good morning, stars. Welcome to another vlog day. Today I'm going to be talking about how the narcissists will hover and then they will hoover you back in. So they'll hover over your life, then they will hoover you back in. Matter of fact, I call that the 1-2 punch. They will sucker punch you first with the hovering over your life like a phantom, like a ghost, because you've gone no contact, right? You're not having anything to do with the narcissist. However, they're not taking no for an answer. So they will hover over your life by using flying monkeys and enablers. Okay, and then the second sucker punch is when they have actually hoovered you back in and you are resupplying them. You're connected again. You're calling, you're visiting, you're interacting with the narcissist again. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about in today's vlog. And my stars, thank you guys and gals so much for your subscription. Thank you for supporting me with this channel. Our star family is growing every day. Thank you guys and gals so much for that. Thank you for sharing your stories. You never know who's going to resonate with your stories. So when we share about what we have gone through due to narcissistic abuse, other people hear that and some people resonate with it. Even people who don't resonate with it, they're probably still learning something about narcissistic abuse and its aftermath. So thank you so much for sharing your stories. If this is your first time visiting Luminousz, welcome to Luminousz, and I certainly hope you become a part of our star family by clicking the subscription button below. Please mind the description box below for further details to today's video. Don't forget to like and share today's video. On that note, let's get right into it. All right. So narcissists who don't take no for an answer, all right? So they like to sucker punch and then, you know, they pull the rug out from up under you. It's bad enough that they sucker punch you, but then on your way down, they're gonna pull the rug out, right? So the first punch consists of what I call the hovering, okay? So I recently had someone comment and they said that, you know, what hovering is like what a helicopter does. It lingers over one place. Okay, so whoever sent me that comment, thank you for the comment. However, I absolutely wanted to point out that, yes, this is a maneuver that the narcissist does that a lot of us totally miss. It's so subtle. And that is that first punch when they hover over your life. You've gone no contact. You've said no. You said enough to the narcissist, but they're not taking no for an answer. So they will hover over your life, just like that helicopter that stays in one area. It hovers over, right? The narcissist does the same thing, but it is so subtle that most of us don't realize it. I didn't even realize this until I really thought about it and I learned about narcissistic abuse a little bit more. So I compared my research to my own experience. So that's when I came up with what happened to me was the 1-2 punch, the sucker punch. 2 sucker punches, right? Okay, the first one, actually it was really, you know, the first sucker punch that really gets you down. So the second one, you're woozing, you're still dazed, and here comes the other sucker punch, right? Because we've seen this sometimes when people are fighting, right? The person will run up and they will sucker punch the other person. The person may be still woozing and dazed from the first sucker punch, and then the person can land a second sucker punch. This is what the narcissist and cluster B personality does when it comes to actually hoovering us back in. So they hover first. That's the first sucker punch. We're still dazed and woozed, and here comes the second sucker punch. That's when we're actually hoovered back in. So how do they hover over your life? How do they linger over your life? Well, you may see them out and about somewhere. You may, from your peripheral, you think that you see them, but do you really see them? More than likely, you have spotted them because they will go to places that you have frequented, right? They will try to show up at places after you've gone no contact, after you've said no to the narcissist. You may be at your job. You may be at school. You may be somewhere else that maybe you will go on a fairly regular basis. The narcissist is trying to find out where you are going, and they will try to go there as well. Yeah, so this is again how they linger over your life. After you have said no, there's no contact, the relationship is over. You're not having any more to do with the narcissist, but they're not taking no for an answer. So they will show up where you are. So they're like a phantom, they're like a ghost that's hovering over your life. You still feel their presence. even though they're physically not in your life. That, again, is the first sucker punch, and that's how they hover over your life. You still feel the presence of them, yet you have gone no contact, yet you have ended the relationship, and the narcissist is not taking no for an answer. Another part of the hovering, right, is when the enabler and or the flying monkey is bringing up the narcissist in a conversation. For example, let's just say that you are out shopping with an enabler. Now, who's the enabler? The enabler is a person that the narcissist has very tight connection with. It's more than likely a family member or a spouse. Okay? They are part of the primary source supplier that the narcissist has. Those are usually your enablers. The flying monkeys are usually those that maybe who, they're acquaintances. They're somebody you may go to school with. They may be a friend. They're not in the family circle, right? They're a friend. They're a coworker. They're out in the community and they play another role in your life. A teacher or someone like that. The narcissist has them as a flying monkey. And you have no idea that the narcissist in your life, who's probably a family member, they know the flying monkey, who is maybe your friend or someone from college that you knew, or somebody from high school that you knew. This is an acquaintance or a friend of yours. They're not in the family fold. Yet the narcissist that probably is in your family, they know something, or they're also acquainted. There's a connection there to the person that is your friend. These are usually the flying monkeys. Okay, so the narcissist will recruit the flying monkey and the enabler. The enabler is usually a family member of yours and the narcissist. Okay, so again, this is how they hover over your life. The flying monkeys and or enablers will bring the narcissist up in conversation. So you're shopping with the flying monkey and the enabler, right? You guys are out, you're having fun until the narcissist comes up in conversation. When the narcissist comes up in conversation, it's usually to try to hoover you back in, playing on your sympathy, tugging on your heartstrings, even though the flying monkey and the enabler have full knowledge that you are no longer in a relationship with the narcissist. So what happens? They're not respecting the fact that you are no longer having a relationship with the narcissist or a cluster B personality. This is not being respected. So you're feeling some kind of way about that, right? So this is how the narcissist is still hovering over your life. Their presence is still felt, and they have sucker punched you. Okay, so you're still woozing. You're still feeling the effects, because every now and then you're out. You may be at work. You may be at school. And again, you may see the narcissist. And you may question, did I really see the narcissist? Is that really them? And then some, because you may see them from your peripheral. More than likely, you saw them. Okay, because now they're trying to go to places that you used to go. They may know where you work. They may know where you go to school. So they're going to try to pressure you into actually being hoovered back in. They're going to try to get you to resupply them. The narcissist and cluster B personality, they're bullies. They're not going to take no for an answer. When you have said that you're done with the narcissist, they're probably not done with you. So again, we're still in the hovering phase. We haven't gotten to the hoover yet. Okay, this is the first part of the hoover, actually. So the enabler is the one who's more than likely a family member. They have a close tie with the narcissist. They're deeply connected to the narcissist, right? So they're trying to pull on your heartstrings, trying to get you to sympathize, maybe even empathize with the narcissist or cluster B personality that's being brought up in the conversation. The narcissist and cluster B personality, they like to have the dirt on all of the flying monkeys and all of the enablers before they're going to use them to have you hoovered back in. Since the flying monkey is an acquaintance of yours or a friend of yours, they may be a coworker, you better believe that the narcissist, they're going to have some dirt on that person. For example, the flying monkey may be a college friend of yours. The flying monkey may have parents who are alcoholics. And again, this is just an example. The narcissist, who's your family member, that's using that particular person as a flying monkey, they know that. So that's leverage that they have over the flying monkey. The flying monkey may be at the narcissist's mercy, some way, shape, or form, because they have dirt on him or her. Okay, so I just want to make it clear that narcissists and cluster personalities, they don't just pick any random person for a flying monkey or an enabler. They strategize how they're going to execute. Okay. So you're out one day with the flying monkey and an enabler. They bring the narcissist up in conversation, such as they may question you and say, well, why aren't you talking to the narcissist? What happened between you two? And they know very well what happened. But again, this is all the workings of the narcissist, and they're just sitting back waiting for you to be actually hoovered back in. You're seeing the narcissist where you work at. You're seeing the narcissist at places that maybe you like to hang out or go out for fun. All of a sudden, the narcissist is popping up everywhere. It's not just your peripheral anymore. You actually see him or her, and you may walk by them and not say anything. And again, you add that with the flying monkeys and the enablers questioning you, right? As if something's wrong with you for not having a relationship with the narcissist. And again, they have full knowledge, and more than likely they understand, just like the narcissist does, why you have ended the relationship, why you've gone no contact. Make no mistake, no one's confused. No one is confused about why the relationship is no longer happening with the narcissist. While you have ended the relationship, nobody's confused. So don't ever let anyone tell you that they don't know what's going on. So don't ever fall for that trick that they're confused. The enabler and the flying monkey, they understand exactly why you're no longer in contact with the narcissist, why that relationship is over. So again, all of this is designed, the hovering and then the hoovering is all designed to pressure you, actually bully you into resupplying the narcissist. In order for the narcissist to be successful with the sucker punches, okay, I call it again, the 1-2 punch with the hovering and the hoovering, the only way they're going to be successful is if the flying monkey and or enabler absolutely convinces you that you are wrong for going no contact, that you are wrong somehow for ending the relationship. You know, they have to play on your emotions, and they also have to make sure that you are very confused and that you're second guessing yourself. I want to encourage you in this video, don't second guess yourself. If your inside, if your core, if your instincts, if your intuition is telling you that the narcissist has no place in your life, go with that. Trust that. Honor that. So the narcissist absolutely needs the cooperation of the flying monkeys and the enablers, but they also need you to co-sign. Okay, so they need everybody's cooperation. And you see here the narcissist and cluster B personality, they are overly dependent. As you can see, the narcissist and cluster B personality, they're overly dependent upon everyone's cooperation. But they use manipulation and also emotional bullying to do it. You may start to second guess yourself, because what's also going on in the hovering or the lingering phase, right? That's the first sucker punch. We're still on the first sucker punch. Is you're being gaslit. Because now you're second guessing yourself. So you're to start questioning even yourself. And you see how the pressure is just tacked on? You're starting to feel the pressure now. So before you know it, you'll actually be hoovered back in. You're going to start connecting with the narcissist again. You're going to start resupplying him or her again. Because now you feel guilty. Now you're second guessing yourself. Now you're starting to question, were you absolutely right in the decision that you made? It's really not about being right. It's about doing what's best for you. You're going to start to question all that. And this has happened to some of you. All right? This has happened to me at least once. This is why I'm talking about this today. Because I know that some of you are going through that right now. You have the narcissist popping up at your job. Maybe at your house. They're calling. They may be leaving text messages. They may be leaving voicemail messages. All right? You've already gone no contact. So the enabler and the flying monkey, you're connected to them. And they're both connected deeply or in a very strong way to the narcissist. So you also have not only gaslight techniques going on, part of the diabolical tactic of the narcissist is that triangulation is going on. And we're still just in the first sucker punch. We haven't even gotten to the hoovering yet. So this is a systematic way that the narcissist will break a person down who has decided to go no contact. And what makes it absolutely sinister to me is that the narcissist and the cluster personality, they absolutely exploit and they use the fact that you're still connected to certain people that the narcissist is also connected to. So they will take advantage of that, all because they're not taking no for an answer that you have decided to end a very toxic and dysfunctional relationship with him or her. So that kind of gives you a little bit of a hint of the mindset of the narcissist. They're being a bully, and you're simply saying, no, you don't want to be bullied anymore. They're not taking no for an answer, and yet they have no empathy. Yet they have no foresight to sit down and just figure out, well, wait a minute, why isn't this person in a relationship with me anymore? Is there something I did or said? The narcissists don't. They don't have those moments, whereas they will learn and look at that very closely. They have moments of clarity, but see, what the narcissist does is they quickly trash that. They quickly avoid that. They will maneuver and dodge that. They have those moments of clarity, but they just don't heed to those. They don't take those seriously. So all the while that you are being systematically broken down, let's just call it what it is. You're being systematically broken down and bullied to resupply the narcissist and a cluster personality. And they are utilizing the flying monkey and the enabler to do it because the narcissist knows that you have a connection with them. You're still having an active relationship with him or her. So they're going to use that to their advantage. So I really wanted to make it clear how the hovering and then the hoovering, again, I call it the 1-2 punch, which in my opinion is a sucker punch or two. And it works pretty well for the narcissist because a lot of people, they buckle and they fold up under that because of the pressure, because they're being systematically bullied into doing something that they really know is not for their best interest. So as long as you have the connection or an active relationship with the flying monkey and or the enabler, the narcissist is going to be able to work that to his or her advantage. Let's make no mistake about that. And it may behoove you to understand that the flying monkey and the enabler, they have an agenda. It may be hidden from you, but they have an agenda as well in all of this. You may be wondering, well, why would they do this when they understand that you've been bullied and you have also been mistreated by the narcissist? And you decided to say no. You decided to end the relationship. So you're no longer giving a place to the narcissist in your life.